Hi guys and welcome to FUT Champions, the series, FUT Champions Journey series where we're actually taking a new team for the first time in a very, very long time, like a complete overhaul of a team, and it is a BPL weekend. Now you guys will have got your teams built already. You guys are used to seeing stacked teams by me, no different this time around either. We've got some new players which I've not even played with. Heung-min Son, first owner, never played with. Mane played a few games but not as his 86, so I'm going to be interesting to see how he plays. Reed, new defence. Luke Shaw, we played a few games with him, haven't we? 4 games. I must have used his for an SBC. And bringing back Lloris as well, who did enter the 100 club. The midfield, pretty solid BPL. I honestly can see some massive changes being made to this team, guys, throughout this weekend. But hopefully we can still get some decent wins under the belt. You see the bench, with likes of Ronaldo and Ibra and Walcott. And if you guys want a little bit more information as to this FUT Champions, go and watch the rewards video. It was out yesterday, and you can get a little bit more of insight into this team and the way it's going to work. So what we're going to do today, guys, is obviously play game 1 to 10. I literally am just about to go to bed, guys, and I don't think FUT Champions is out for another, when's it out? Another like 10 hours, 16 minutes. So I'm going to go to bed and be ready to go. But it's going to be a nice weekend. I'm not feeling confident at all. That's mainly down to me. And yet again, guys, the giveaway of the Xbox and PlayStation will be announced in the highlights. So make sure you do check through the highlights of this video to see who won it. And the same applies again, guys. If I don't hit Elite 1, it's a PlayStation or Xbox giveaway happening again. Let's go and try and not make that happen and not fold like we did last week. But Xbox PlayStation winner, go and check the highlights, guys, as it'll be in there. And obviously if you want an MSP PSN codes, go and check out g2a.com, their links down below. Hit over 4,000 likes, like brilliant. Subscribe to me if you're not subscribed already. So let's go and get into the highlights of game number 1 to 10 and see how we do as a start off for this weekend league. So guys, new team, new weekend league, new start. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. Our first opponent rocks up with none other than, guess what, guys? A BPL team. Yes. And you can tell by my tone of voice how bored I am by this weekend league. Now, I love the weekend league, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that I can have a mixture of teams, but I don't like it when it's limited to just one league. Now, next weekend's league looks good. You can limit yourself to La Liga and Bundesliga. You can make a choice of team. You can even hybridize it as well. No legends. That isn't going to be a problem for me anyway, because I think I've got my team pre-built ready for next weekend league. But I was a little bit frustrated seeing the requirements and then realising after 3 games of what I was coming up against how boring this weekend league was going to be. We're able to take a 2-0 lead in this game. Heung-min Son and obviously the 92 Hazard as he was before the upgrades. A lot of these players are pre-upgrades as well, guys, so a lot of the stuff you will see are with the before Friday at 6 PM when they were started to upgrade. So into the giveaway. Here we go, guys. The giveaway winner of the PlayStation or Xbox is Dion Cons. He said he wants an Xbox One, and I'm gonna slip into his DMs, or is it YouTube messages? I don't know. YouTube messages in the next 3 hours as this video does go live. So make sure you check it out on the YouTube messages, and I will ask you for some details and get it sent through to you. And it's going to run throughout the rest of FIFA, guys. So I think every weekend league where I don't hit 34, I'm giving away an Xbox. And you guys know the crack anyway when it comes to me not getting Elite 1. That's the aim. Anything less than Elite 1, guys, I'm giving an Xbox or a PlayStation. So this game, 5-0. Not long afterwards, guys, was made 6. Mane with the ball, gets it underneath the keeper. He pressed start for some reason. I don't know why. And didn't change anything, but resume back, guys. 6-0. Nice start to the weekend league. For the first game. If only I could have another 39 games like this. Heung-min Son able to turn on the inside, breaking past the defenders, gets the inside shot, and 7-0 as the first game. That is a great welcome to FUT Champions, and the team was feeling really, really nice. Hazard inside the area this time, obviously been missing out on goals himself, got one, 8-0 as a first game. That will definitely be a great start to the weekend league. Now there's going to be another game, guys, where we do completely smash our opponent, and I mean a record smashing as well. So I have cut a few goals out of that one, and it's not this game. Now our next opponent, Martial, Vardy, Mane, Dele Alli, Ericsson, Kante, obviously his 81 version, because his 83 rated version wasn't out yet. Also Shaw, Bailly, Reed, and a few other players. The 1-2 passing was working wonderful. Heung-min Son breaking through was wonderful. After I'd say the fifth gameplay started to change a tad bit. I don't know what it's down to, because the promo wasn't even out, but it felt really, really heavy. I risked a challenge in this game, guys, and risked a challenge, giving away a penalty, and then Vardy steps up, guys, going to the left-hand side. Nice penalty to make it 1-1 in this game. The last thing I wanted, guys, was me to be starting to staring defeat in the face and giving up crap goals. That goal I gave up was all my fault, nothing to do with my opponent. Nice bit of skill there, and just a reckless challenge resulting in a penalty. But thankfully we do get on the score sheet, guys, not long afterwards, and it's from a corner where Heung-min Son yet again on the score sheet does make it 2-1, and it was looking like we were going to be in for a comfortable win. But this is absolutely fucking substandard defending by me. Ball makes its way through to Eriksson, who rounds one defender, two defenders, and then a third. I don't know what the fuck that is, and somehow gets it into the back of the net, making it 2-2. Was a very, very nice goal, but panic defending is back. Something I've tried to kill out for the past 2 weekend leagues, and it's back with a bang, guys, with making some absolutely reckless choices in defence. In the 87th minute, he starts an attack there, over the top through ball is cleared up nicely by Luke Shaw to Reed through to Vieira, and the attack was started nicely. Heung-min Son with the ball through to Ronaldo, who obviously is our super sub, guys, rounds the defender, low driven shot, 3-2 in the 87th/88th minute, and we do thankfully pick up a nice victory in the second game. Was a very, very tough game as well, but we do walk away as victors in a tight game, as you guys can see there. Low passing accuracy. Yeah, just your bog standard stuff I'm doing this week. I don't know what it is. It might be the change for the new team. Our next opponent, guys, Really FC, rocking up with the informed Costa, which I think will have been upgraded as well, come 6, so that should be an 88 rate version. He's got the one to watch Mane, and he's got informed Cesc Fabregas. In the 7th minute, guys, we start an attack with Heung-min Son, who I'd rather be further up the field, but thankfully he got in here. Stopped. Oh well, I don't know. Just look at the state for this guy goals. I don't know why he went to clear it. He went to clear the ball, got rid of it, and bounced it straight into Mane's path, and it gets an easy shot off. But my bad defending and bad passing was going to take effect, guys. Panic defending there through to Matic. Matic intercepts the ball through to Fabregas. Fabregas to Costa, and a brilliant far post finish makes it 1-1 in the 61st minute. A very, very nice finish, and in a frustrating fucking game. I'm sick of conceding goals. I was literally aiming, guys, to go a lot of games unbeaten, and that ended in the second game. Without conceding goals in the second game, so it's a little bit frustrating. Ronaldo with the ball lines it up nicely, guys. 87th minute makes it 2-1, but we weren't finished with goals there. Even though all we had to do was time waste. But my best form of defending is definitely attacking. As I can't defend for shit. Hazard with the ball through to Ronaldo. Ronaldo opens it up. Low driven shot again. Very simple stuff. 3-1 in the 90th minute, and the win was sealed. But there's going to be one more goal in the game, guys, and it come from the ball bouncing everywhere, but thankfully Hazard gets the ball through to Heung-min Son. Son through to Pogba, low driven shot, which actually went in top corner. 4-1 in the 90th minute, and there we are, guys, with another victory in a fucking frustrating couple of games. I won't lie to you, with the goals we're conceding and times we're conceding them. Very, very frustrating. Our next opponent rocks up with a BPL team, but with the legend loan Ferdinand. He's got Martial, Benteke, Firmino, Kante, Henderson, Wanyama, Shaw, Valencia, Smalling and Begovic in net. Begovic was a standout player in this match, don't get me wrong. He was a frustrating goalkeeper, saving everything, and this game was very dry. It literally took ages to try and break it, and it was Smalling through to Walcott. Walcott gets a shot off, guys. 1-0 in the 45th minute before half time. And that was how the game did stay. A 1-0 victory in a game dominated by Begovic, who was pulling off absolute wonder saves left, right and centre. And I think one of the reasons why I don't like the weekend BPL is because of how many fucking annoying overpowered players there are, and you're seeing them in every single team. This opponent here, guys, rocks up with inform Andre Gray, and Hagi, I think it was, a very, very nice player, nice team as well, and was a frustrating player to play against. We tried to intercept the ball early on, but he made a pass back there with a daft error. Vieira holds the ball up nicely, waits for the inside pass, deflected into Pogba's path. Pogba to Ronaldo, Vieira to Son to Hazard, and Hazard gets the ball through to Son to score a very, very nice goal in the middle of the second half. So that puts us 1-0 up. but still dangerous. When he's got a player like Andre Gray, guys, you know you're going to be in for a tough game, and he's a very annoying striker. I thought I was going to get a penalty there. We didn't, but thankfully the ball bounces into Hazard's path, who links it up to Son, and we make it 2-0 in the 71st minute. But like I said, guys, he was still on the attack, and was dangerous in the attack as well, so I was very cautious towards what he was doing. You can see Ronaldo with the ball through to Hazard. Ronaldo picks it up, running the free space. Fellaini isn't going to catch him, guys. Nice ball roll inside. Bit of a pointless one. Saved by Lloris. Son makes it 3-0 in the 84th minute. Very, very nice finish, and continuing the win streak. So a 3-0 win against Hagi. Didn't have many chances, but who knows? You play FIFA, then 3 shots on target, guys, could have gone in and made it 3-3. So up against Alright Parasite 5. Can't touch this. Inform Andre Gray, Rashford, Ozil, Martial, Willian, Carrick, Azpilicueta, One to Watch Bailly, and also Otamendi. We start off nice with a long through ball through to Son, who somehow gets the ball and is able to cause a save by the keeper, but then restarts the attack, guys. Ball through to Mane, Mane to Vieira, nice turn, bang, there we are, 1-0 with Vieira in the 3rd minute of the game. But with him having the attackers that he does have, guys, there was always going to be a rough point. And if you watch my defending, compared to last week, it is terrible. You can see me selecting the wrong player, not attacking him. I don't need to attack him. Switching player, left, right and centre. Andre Gray inside through to Martial. He makes it 1-1. Gets back on the score sheet. So this was the game, guys, which was an absolute trouncing of my opponent, an 11-1 victory. So I have cut out a few goals, and you can see how easy we were getting them. The problem was with this result was, even though my opponent did get smashed 11-1, it wasn't the case of him putting the control down. He was actually trying for every single minute of the match, but we were just slipping through his defence and getting the shots off. That was a lucky goal to make it 3-1 before half-time, and the second half, guys, was all ridiculously me. 9-1, we pick up the play here. Mane through, and you can see the same goals all the time, through to Pogba. Pogba rounds the defender. Nice bit of skill on the inside. Squares it through to Son. Son makes it 10. Double digits. Weekend league. You just don't expect it, do you? It gets even worse for my opponent as we do get the final goal, guys. Son through to Mane. Mane is able to run through himself, squares it through to Eden Hazard. Low driven shot. 11-1. There we are, guys, our world record victory for the FUT champions this weekend, and it's an 11-1 victory in a game which my opponent tried, so fair enough to him for doing so. So he didn't rage quit as well. Usually you would see rage quits at that point. Never happened, and we push on into our next game against OI Merkout. He has 2 red cards in Alonso and Ericsson. He has Dele Alli, player of the month. He has international man of match Mane, the man of match Son as well. Some nice players in his team, and he played very nice FIFA as well. Patient play, waiting for the runs, panic defending again here as I'm going to the wrong player. Still haven't changed player, but I was running around. Allows Son in, guys, in the 21st minute. He makes it 1-0 in a game which I was doing alright in, but he was playing really nice FIFA, and this guy was actually at some point in the top 100 as well, so I knew he was a difficult opponent. This come from a failed short pass in the 56, guys. Allows Son on the inside, tried to square it off, failed at it on the inside, whips it in, and there's Kante with a nice touch and volley off. I think it was his defender, took a deflection, makes it 1-1 in the 57th minute. So we're allowing ourselves to get a chance back in the game, and how wrong was I? Massive gaps, changing of players again, not covering the right ones, and a nice pass from Kante to Rashford makes it 2-1 in the 59th minute. So our draw was turned into a losing, in a losing position again. This goal was annoying. It's a fucking brilliant goal. Flick and a header by Rio Ferdinand makes it 3-1 in the 70th minute of the game. Knocking on the door repeatedly up until the 90th minute. And guys, and as you know, when you play FIFA, when does the goal which you need go in? The 90th minute. So we could have easily made it 3-3. Didn't get the ball in the back of the net. Unfortunately, guys, did take a 3-2 loss to say my name. A very even game, but just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Up against Mr. 5 with Griezmann, Benzema. So that's his 2 players used outside of the BPL. Nice players apart from that as well, with Kante, Gundo. Don't know who that right centre mid is. Otamendi, Koscielny, Bellerin, and your standard sweaty defence. You can see how defensive he was in the game as well. This was all the way throughout, but a scoop turn here from Ronaldo results in a penalty just after half-time, guys, and the resulting penalty is nicely put away by Pogba to the right-hand side to make it 1-0. a good finish, deserved as well, because we were absolutely battering him but just couldn't get the ball in, and then we allowed him inside the area with Danny Rose. Nice shot to the back post. Benzema gets the ball, deflected to Griezmann, triple tap across to the far post. Benzema's there to tap it in and make it 1-1. Frustrating goal to concede, but it's a weekend league, innit, guys? Frustrations all over the place. Pogba with a ball long through to Walcott. Wiped out again. Straight red card as well. Don't know why you would go for that at the minute in the game, but he gets a straight red card with Koscielny. Gives away a penalty, which Pogba puts nicely to the left-hand side and makes it 2-1. We're back in the league, guys, and it wasn't looking like we were going to let this one slip because of the fact that we did have 10 men. Pogba inside the area sells the defender with a nice roulette back through to Walcott. Walcott scores probably one of the nicest goals of the day, just because it was Pogba's roulette, really. 3-1. Quickly extended, guys. You can see breaking through a Martial, pointless ball roll, I think it was. And Martial, even though we got him into the team replacing Hazard, I wasn't that happy with Martial. So I don't think that was his debut. That was his debut, actually. So he got a goal in his debut, but he should have definitely had a lot more. He's a really ridiculous player. Keza Rooney 98. Manchester United team. Hero Rooney, man of the match Schweinsteiger. In second in form Pogba, like the best team apart from obviously your normal Ibrahimovic. And this was a frustrating game. Up until this point, guys, my opponent had hit the post 4 times. I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't getting the ball in the back of the net. Reed whips it into Smalling, 1-0. And there it was, guys. We were actually a little bit lucky at this point with getting the goal, but our lucky streak did unfortunately come to an end there, as I managed to keep him inside it, get through to Mkhitaryan, through to Martial, 1-1 in the 72nd minute. Absolutely terrible goal to give up, especially as we were on the strong foot after we had got our first goal. We continued to push, guys. It was becoming a little bit frustrating, resorting to corners. You can see Kante dribbling on the inside, waiting for the free pass, gets it to the back post, and Martial, actually, on his second game, gets his second goal, and it was a terrible header to score, but he did score it. So, terrible keeping, I would say, more than anything. So, 2-1 was quickly extended to make the game safe. Martial went for a failed pass, gets the ball back through to Kante, Kante to Pogba, Pogba to Ronaldo. Nice finish. 3-1, pick up a victory, guys, and that takes us to, I think, a nice 8 wins, 1 loss. So not that bad at all. So we're going to push on into the final game of today's episode, guys, and see how we can finish off, if we can finish off as nice as we did in previous weeks. We come up against Lewis F10 with a bronze striker, but was going to take him out. I don't know, can't remember who he brought on. He's got legend Lineker, Paul Pogba, De Bruyne, Aguero. I actually don't know what he's done there. I don't know what he's done there. That was a strange one, because he didn't literally... I have no idea why he's done there. Maybe you guys can help me. So, this game didn't start off nicely. Oh, Aubameyang was coming on, that was it. So, but I still don't understand what he was doing with that centre midfielder. Strange. Lineker with the ball through to Sergio Aguero, gets a shot off, 1-0 within 10 minutes, guys, or 18 minutes. Really, really bad goal to give up. Shit defending yet again, and we were chasing a game, and I absolutely hate chasing games. 48th minute from the throw-in, guys, messing around on the edge, waiting for the free space to appear. Ronaldo with the ball, gets it down through to Kante, inside dribble, ball through to Pogba, scoop turn shot, and it does go for another corner. This time round, short corners, which I think have been nerfed a little bit. Ball in through to Ronaldo, fake shot. He's able to cross it to the back post. Winston Reid gets on the score sheet, guys, and makes it 1-1 in a game where I was getting frustrated. Not physically. Loud. I was being loud in this match, like shouting and stuff, and I never usually shout when I play FIFA. De Bruyne links up with Aguero through to Lineker through to Pogba, and a brilliant far corner finish, guys, makes it 2-1 to my opponent, and sends me into potentially staring defeat. 87th minute, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, guys. Martial with the ball. I failed with Martial here trying to square it over, but then it's horror. It's a horror show is what you're seeing here. He does it again. Where he just allows me to get the ball through to Son. Son gets the ball back through to Ronaldo, and finesse shot, guys, in the 89th minute. Does tie get the game up and take us into extra time. I would take that, considering we nearly could have lost. My opponent with the ball gets dispossessed, guys, in the start of the second half of extra time. We're able to dispossess him, and a long through ball there I was aiming for didn't work, but Ibrahimovic with a strength, actually the only striker who seems to be holding off the likes of Bailly and Smalling, makes it 3-2 in the 108th minute. So thankfully we were in the lead, and then a long through ball yet again to Ronaldo. He's able to out dribble the defender, eye it up, low driven shot. There we are, guys, 4-2 victory. It takes us to 9-1, but hopefully things change for tomorrow and we get a little bit better. So, guys, the super subs coming in very, very good for me in that last game. We were facing defeat in the face at 2-1 down in like the 80th minute, I can't remember, and Lewis F10XX giving me a very, very tough game. But you can see, I don't know if I can show you the highlights of what happened, but he did something. He did something just before we got our 90th minute goal, guys, which was he was fucking around, and I don't know what he was doing, but he allows Ronaldo to get the equaliser, and then after that, it was, I'd say plain sailing, but it definitely wasn't. He's a very good player on the attack. You can see he completely did me there. That should have been a goal, but a brilliant save from De Gea, and then we went up the other end, guys. We're able to do him with the dribbling of Ronaldo, round him, and a nice low-driven shot past the keeper, making it 4-2. So even though we are 9-1, I'm not convinced that we're going to be doing a good weekend, because I am feeling absolutely garbage. Even though 9 wins, 1 loss is very good out of the 10 games, guys, I'm not... Like, I've made changes to the team already, and you guys will see the changes at the start of the next episode, but we are changing the team left, right and centre. Happy with the defence-ish, but midfield that is too defensive for me, and we don't have any playmakers in there, and I'm still not happy with the front three. I don't know what it is, I'm just not used to them type of players, I think. Obviously, you guys know I rock with usually Ronaldo, Messi, Bale, Suarez, Benzema, etc. So these are brand new players to me. So for me to get 9 wins, 1 loss, I'm pretty happy with it. But I'll have to wait and see what goes down in the next 10 games. So guys, leave a like rating on the video, subscribe to me if you're not subscribed already, and we'll be back tomorrow, guys, with the next episode of FUT Champions Journey.